Hello, welcome everyone. Hi, Christine. It's nice to see you here. Just waiting about a minute. I think it takes a minute for people to flow into the room. Hey there, Sophie. Hi, Danielle. Welcome. Hi, Maria. Welcome everyone for coming. My name is Sura. I'm a meditation coach and trainer. I teach people how to teach meditation, and I've been doing this for over a decade. So I wanted to share with you about how you can learn how to teach meditation online. So welcome. I'm also the founder of Sura Flow. Hi there, everybody. Welcome. Okay, it looks like I'm not quite sure what's happening with the tech today. It's a little bit sticky, but hopefully you can see me and hear me okay. I say that because it says there's one person here. It looks like it's not totally updating, and that's okay. So I'll go ahead and get started. So I began, wow, when did I start learning meditation? It was a long time ago. When I was in my late 20s, I started learning meditation. And then I left corporate. I was working on Wall Street. And I decided to leave to study intensively in India. And I had no intentions ever of teaching meditation. I actually came back, and every time I was about to call an employer to get a real job, to be a responsible adult, I just broke down in tears. I did not want to go back to something that I knew didn't really fulfill me. But I didn't know what I was going to do. So during that time, I was going to coaching school, and I started right away in teaching yoga. So I had relocated back to Los Angeles, and I started teaching yoga. And soon after that, I was asked to teach meditation, both by my coaching clients and in classrooms. And back then, actually, there weren't any trainings that I had looked at. I didn't know how to teach meditation. I only had my own practice that I relied on and that I really loved. So essentially, I ended up teaching myself how to teach meditation. I started really simply with a practice that I had learned, and that was Zen meditation, counting my breaths 10 to 1. And I would literally just inhale, exhale, 10. Inhale, exhale, 9. I mean, I counted every breath there for people, and it seemed that they liked that. And then I started adding in other ways to guide meditation. The more I practiced leading and teaching meditation, the easier it became, and it really developed through practice. And then it was a couple years after then, and so considering that I'm a new teacher, I'm a new practitioner, I was asked to teach these international certified trainings, teaching people how to teach meditation, teaching them about coaching and energy healing. And that was over 10 years ago. I started on a free teleconference line, and I taught these courses through email. They were sponsored by large universities, major universities. So that's how it all began. And it was literally teaching over a telephone line, over a computer line, because I really didn't have much at the time. I was traveling, semi-homeless, just more traveling and really focusing on my own practice and being in retreat. So that was my lifestyle then. And teaching this way online was afforded me the opportunity to be off the grid sometimes, to be in remote places where I really wanted to develop my practice. And then all I would need is a telephone line to connect with people, or an internet line. So there are so many benefits to teaching online, but the biggest one is that it's incredibly joyful and fulfilling, that you really do receive the joy of meditation. Even if it's through a tech device, you can access that space. You know, as a teacher, as a student, it's just blissful. I absolutely love teaching online. And back then, we didn't really have these video conferencing systems like we do now that are really accessible. So then I had a vision of, oh, I'd love to do video trainings for people and just have that, you know, content always be available for people. And that was, okay, so that was probably 4 years ago that I came out of retreat. So I was living in the woods in a cabin. And I finally, after I felt like I got a little more understanding of meditation, I said, okay, I would like to come out and teach it at an even, you know, deeper level. And I had this idea of video conferencing and offering video trainings. And literally, you know, this was about, okay, so before then, I had started doing the video work. So even before then, and people really questioned, you know, if you could teach or learn meditation online. And I said, absolutely, it's possible. So when we launched our business formally through video, that was just the beginning stages. It wasn't a popular thing then to be teaching by video. But we ended up having a really strong global reach. And that's one of the other benefits of teaching online, is that you can be anywhere, you can create your own schedule, and you can teach anyone from around the world. You know, you have this huge global reach, and I find it really important to have that level of diversity in our trainings. I mean, meditation is growing in popularity around the world. So it's really growing in popularity. Can't say that word today. In some places more than other places, geographically speaking. But meditation is expected to be a couple $billion industry. So if you think about where yoga was 20 or 30 years ago, that's where we are in the meditation teaching phase. It's literally floodgates really beginning to open wide, especially given everything that's happening today. You know, people are experiencing loneliness and depression and anxiety and a lot of stress and uncertainty. So meditation is a huge resource that you can provide very easily online. I mean, it's seamless. So I'm just going to give you a few tips and tools about how you can get started, and then even a little bit of content about how you can start leading meditation. So thanks everybody for coming. Oh, thank you so much, Bob, for your donation. We really appreciate that, because that helps the platform, it helps the teachers, and it's a nice exchange. So thank you. And thanks for coming. I'd love to hear from you and why you have an interest in teaching meditation. I can tell you that I felt kind of pushed into teaching meditation. You know, it wasn't something I ever dreamed I'd ever do, ever. You know, it was a very personal, private thing for me. It was like I was an in the closet meditator, teaching yoga, offering coaching, and then clients and people would find out that I really liked meditation, and that's how it started to come out. And then I was really nervous about teaching it because I didn't feel experienced enough. And you really don't have to be super experienced or an expert or an authority, because meditation is about silence. You know, it's about creating this space for people to be in stillness together. So you don't have to know everything. And in fact, what I found is how much it really strengthened my own practice. It allowed me to go a lot deeper, because when you connect two or more in meditation, there's a stronger connection and intention that develops there. And to meditate with other people is really joyful. It's I think deeply blissful, and changes and transforms your life. Because basically you're more in this vibration of meditation continuously. So if you imagine having a job where your sole job is to provide relaxation, calm, healing, and peace to people every day, imagine the level that you start to receive as a practitioner in your own life. I mean, I just find that it accelerates the level of healing and flow and manifestation. I mean, it's just a really incredible, fulfilling vocation. And I'm curious to hear from you. And again, I think there's something a little bit, I'm not sure if the technology is flowing well today, but I'm curious to hear from you what your intentions are for teaching, or why you're interested. Let me know. Hopefully you can still hear and see me okay. I've been having internet issues all day today. So, okay, great. I saw Christine's comment come through. I am a yoga teacher now. Wonderful. Okay, good. Thanks, Danielle. Okay. And I think if you're a yoga teacher or a coach, there's a great opportunity, because with yoga, what I love about starting with a few minutes of meditation and ending with meditation in a yoga class is that you really raise the energy and the vibration, and you get people grounded and centered in their body before they start flowing into that rigorous physical practice. You know, for them to be able to collect themselves, center themselves, it's actually much easier on you also as a teacher. There's a greater sense of flow and connection and peace that can be developed by having a meditative practice included with yoga or any modality. So if you're a massage therapist, aromatherapist, a psychotherapist, any of these kind of professional health or healing modalities, meditation's a really amazing complement, and it actually saves your energy as well. As a practitioner, it just, everything goes more smoothly. It's more seamless. So wonderful. It's good to hear from you. Okay, so thanks for chiming in there. So how can you start to teach meditation online? The first step that's the most important is to develop your own practice and ensure that you have a really strong, committed daily practice. So while you don't have to be an expert in knowing everything about meditation and the history of meditation and things like that, when you teach or lead meditation, it's really coming from the depth of your own practice. So the more you're practicing and you have an authentic, solid, dedicated practice, the more you will be able to hold that space for other people. And what I'm finding today, especially with a lot of the trainees that come through our programs, is that most people have an open practice. There's no like certain practice that everybody's doing. They might have started with a technique or a style of meditation, but what I find is that most people just basically do their own thing. They sit in silence in the morning. Maybe they have essential oils, or they have sound like a bowl. So that's pretty much the trend that I see. So it's completely okay if you're doing your own thing. It's just that you want that to be the anchor for when you do begin leading, and teaching meditation. So that's really the first step. When you know that you've had like a strong practice for yourself, and you feel good in that, you have a flow in that, then you can, look at these online platforms. There's so many online platforms where you can very easily share, like Insight Timer meditation, right? So I highly recommend just starting with one thing, one class, one workshop, one event, anything, just to go into the flow. And I think one of the biggest hindrances of people getting themselves out there is, they think they need to be perfect. They have to be an expert. They have to be really well trained. And I do highly recommend that you go through, your own study, at least. If it's not a formal training, at least have in-depth study for yourself so that you are being a responsible leader. If you're leading anything, you want to have a level of, practice, a level of knowledge that's there. So, having a willingness to either deepen your own practice, go into retreat, do something to strengthen your individual practice, and then have the courage to just start one online thing. So here's a really easy baby step that I'd like to give you all today. So here's an easy homework. We usually have these on Fridays, but the homework is to just record a 5-minute guided meditation. So you can ask some friends to join you. You can host it on a platform like, Insight Timer. I can't say other platforms through here, but, you can host it on any platform and just record it, right? And have there be a record, and just do something small like 5 or 10 minutes. And when you do that, just consider, what's my intention for this meditation? What's the theme? Who is this going to help? And how will it help them? Right? So think about just a very basic structure, starting with the intention for your guided meditation. That's an example of how you can easily start to get teach meditation online. It's a very simple practice, and I'd love to hear from you what your practice is, because whatever you love to do, that's what I suggest you teach. So you don't have to copy anybody else or sound like anybody else. Really, I think what's important is that you feel like yourself, that you're teaching from your heart, and what's touched you, transformed your life, because that's really what's going to transmit in your facilitation, in your leading of meditation, is just you being you. Okay, beautiful. Christine says, I teach prenatal yoga and would love to guide new moms. So that is a beautiful place to start. It's clear. She knows who she wants to help. And I'm sure you have some ideas of how you can help them and resource them through meditation. So when you do go to lead meditation, it helps to start with, this is the meditation, the name of it. You could call it Meditation for Moms, Meditation for Busy Moms, anything like that. It is, these are the benefits that you're going to receive from this meditation. You'll feel more grounded. You'll have less stress. You'll feel connected to your baby. Increase that connection. So you're naming just a few benefits, who it's for, the benefits, and then going into the actual practice itself. What is the meditation practice that you would like to lead? There's 3 very general kinds of practices. There's focus meditation, which promotes concentration Then there's awareness meditation, also known as insight meditation, where you allow everything to arise. And then there's visualization, which promotes relaxation and healing and higher performance. So these are 3 general types of meditations that you can offer. And then you can have a close to your meditation with some kind of reading or contemplation, affirmation, or even an intention. So that's kind of a general, shape that your meditation can take on. And again, starting with, what lights you up? What brings you joy? Who do you like to work with? Who do you enjoy? It's okay to choose that community. I think a lot of people, what I've noticed when they start teaching or they think they want to start teaching, they always do the practical thing. They always do the thing that's going to make money, or the thing that they know. I see a lot of people initially, they want to do meditation for corporations or businesses, which I think is great because it's needed. It's really needed in those areas. But where there's a real sincere passion, that is going to draw you out and help you develop as a teacher and a leader. And there's nothing wrong with going to businesses. It's just like, where is your personal passion? Who do you really like to work with? Who do you like to help? You don't always have to be so practical. You'll be surprised at how well supported you will be when you do what you love, when you live your Dharma, which is your individual purpose and path. It's your unique path. So I encourage you to be creative and to really open yourself up to this possibility of who you'd like to serve, how to begin, which platform. Just pick one. There's so many of these amazing online platforms. Just pick one for now. Don't make it super complicated. I think people too, they get really in their head, especially when it comes to teaching online, because there's this fear of technology, right? It's like, now I've got to be presenting myself in public speaking and having to look nice on a video call, and the lighting, and don't get too much into any of all of that. Just start with something really simple. It could even be an audio stream. So it could be something that you record individually on your phone, so it's all safe. You do it yourself in a place of meditation. Get yourself grounded and centered, and then you upload it to an online system. The reason I love the online, again, is the flexibility and the fluidity and the ability to make multiple income streams. So you can be in many different places at once. You can help many people with one meditation or one meditation package, like a course. You can teach meditation classes to groups. You can have private meditation lessons. You can have coaching clients. There are such a myriad of ways to receive income and experience prosperity by sharing meditation. I don't think people really know the extent to the possibility and opportunity that there is to share this amazing practice, and that there's nothing wrong with receiving good income flow from doing this kind of work that really changes and transforms people's lives. When I go to sleep at night, I feel amazing, because I might have worked the whole day, but I did something I absolutely love, and that I feel passionate about, that I know is actually helping people. It just feels so on purpose. And this focus on, let's end with a few minutes of guided meditation. And I'd love to hear any of your comments and questions before we close. Am I breaking up now? I'm not sure what you meant by that, Christine. I love meditation, but I'm not a public speaker. Okay. So teaching meditation is a little different than public speaking, even though there are some of those same skills that you're using. meditation is a practice of quiet and silence, and really your voice is a cue to evoke a more meditative state. So it's not about what you say and like grabbing people's attention and trying to hold it. More of a public speaker, they're in the spotlight and having to hold that place. You're really just providing cues through your voice to facilitate the space of meditation. So it is different. And what I find is that when you start with a little bit of meditation, you're calm, your nerves just calm down easily and effortlessly, because everybody starts to go into this higher energy, higher vibrational state, and you lose that sense of self-confidence. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Thanks for telling me, Sandy. I'm going to see if I can make this better.